Okay, y'all. This is a review of Chapter 6 from Dave Canterbury's Bushcraft 101, a field guide to the art of wilderness survival. And one of the basic necessities, a life-saving necessity you're going to need is fire or combustion, okay? And you're going to need this in your kit, according to Dave Canterbury and any other bushcraft or survivalist that you might come across. There are many different types of combustion ways to start a fire. There's lighters and there's ferro rods, what I call ferro rods and stuff. But one thing that you have to understand on Bix is that our lighters, when they get cold, they will not light. And you should have at least 3 of them. One in your pack, one in your pocket, and one in your main pack. I actually have more than that just in case. But why not start a fire with a lighter, and save yourself some time. Now, ferro rods, this is a solid rod made from materials such as iron, magnesium, and some other stuff. And it does take some time to get to learn how to use these. I suggest practicing with these if you're not familiar with them. And you can get them pretty cheap at Walmart, just little practice ones. And they get very expensive. Now, of course, the old tried and true is the glass, the magnifying glass. And you don't have to go overboard on this. Just like the ferro rods, you can get them expensive or you can get them cheap. It's just, it really doesn't matter as long as you know how to use it. But what I think is really cool is having a variety of fire starting tools to get a fire started, because that is going to be your most and main important aspect of your survival, is being able to start a fire by any means necessary. Now, at the end of the video, I have a little treat for y'all, so if you'll watch to the end, I'd greatly appreciate that. And it'll come in handy to kind of show you how some of this stuff works. Now, like I said, on your magnifying glasses, they come in all different shapes and sizes and all. But the main important thing is knowing how to use these things. And, you can start cheap. Like I said, even with a box of matches. Now, with the knife or the axe blades, I have not started a fire with these yet. That is something on my to-do list, on my skill sets to learn. But if you have a good knife and a ferro rod, you can start a fire with that. Now, friction and fire sticks, I have not used those as of yet. And they are kind of complicated and stuff. But, my go-to is the matches when I need to. And these little tin boxes, you can get them Altoids or whatever, or any other little tin box like at a dollar store, a Dollar Tree. And you can put some matches in there, or the cotton balls with the Vaseline on there in them. And it works really well. It's small and it's compact. Now, these matches, they really do work. I've used these in the past, and I've got some, and I really love them. Now, they're a little bit expensive, but they are well worth it to have in your pack, just in case. I mean, like I said, you can never have enough fire starting stuff. It will save your life. An easy go-to is the Vaseline and the cotton balls. And what you can use for storage is like old medicine bottles. I've used those in the past, and even old medicine bottles for your matches and things. You got to get creative and think outside the box. Uh, you can use birthday candles for this. This is what reminds me of birthday candles. But it works. Wax burns really well, and it will help you get your fire started. Now remember, you're going to have your tinder down there and stuff, and you're going to have to build your fire up. You don't want to start big with putting a bunch of logs and branches and all that kind of stuff on the fire. You want to start small with twigs and a little bit of kindling. Now, I always keep a little bit of dryer lint in my pockets. People think I'm crazy, but you never can tell. Now, I've never done the egg carton thing, but, I think that would be a good idea, especially like if you have fireplaces, you can start fires in there. Now, I always have, boxes of matches and all. Like I said, and these are relatively cheap. It doesn't cost anything. Now, I've used pine cones before, and I mean, as long as they're not wet, they work really well, uh, and they smell good too. So, I mean, that helps a lot. Okay, I cannot stress the need for fire. Okay, it cooks, it preserves food, it provides warmth, and saves calories, or your body usually uses to produce body heat. You can use fire to purify water, sterilize bandages, signal for rescue, provide protection from animals, and also, too, the main thing, it can be a psychological boost. Excuse me. Uh, Now, fires cause problems as well. If you're out there and you're trying to hide out, the smoke can give your spot away along with the light from the fire. It can also cause burns and carbon monoxide poisoning when you use it inside a shelter. So you want to think about that. You don't want to poison yourself. You know, uh, Fire is, like I said, one of the very most important tools that you'll have. Um, the terrain and the climate that you make your fire in is very important. Why you need a fire. You're going to have to look for dry spots. Is it protected from the wind? Just all kinds of things go into building a fire. Now, as you'll see here coming up pretty quick is a kit that I carry with me in my main bag. But whenever you're going to start your fire, you want to look for your kindling fuel, like birch bark, the shredded inner bark from cedar, chestnut, and red elm trees is good. Firewood shavings, dead grass, ferns, moss, fungi, straw, sawdust, pinchwood scrappings, dead evergreen needles, which those work really well. Small twigs and small strips of wood. Uh, Pine, I'd stay away from pine unless you absolutely have to. The sap in it, causes a toxic gas. Cardboard, just all kinds of things. But this is my kit. And I've got batteries in there now. You've seen that I pulled out the cell phone batteries. That lithium, when it hits air, it does a flame. It's a blue flame, and it's burning about 3,500 degrees. Be very careful with that. I do not recommend using that unless you know what you're doing. I've got emery boards in there in case my striker on my matches get wet. These little fire bricks, you can break those off. Those help start fires and keep it going. And then of course you got your matches and things like that. But I keep these things in a plastic baggie to protect them from getting wet. The batteries you can use with steel wool, and it will start a fire. It's just amazing. But this is pretty much my little fire go kit. And of course, I've got one of those can openers in there just in case. You never can tell when you're going to need a can opener. But I hope that you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe and leave a comment, please. Have a great day.